Go.
Hi, second grade. This is Mrs. Tucker. It's so nice to see you again. I've missed all of my friends. I'm glad you've made it today and you're able to watch this video. I have a book I want to share with you. Oh, and let me introduce you to my friends. We have puppies. My dog Lollipop had puppies. Yes, they are 6 weeks old, and I'm going to read a story to them and to you as well. So I'm in my kayak because I was going to read a book to you about a fish. But I wanted to look at a couple of words we're going to see in the story. And as I read this story, when you see these words, I want you to think about what they might mean. Sometimes when I don't know a word, I can figure it out by listening to how it's used in the story. So I have the word pout. Have you heard that word used before? Pout. There's another one, gloomy. The word gloomy is going to be in here. I've heard the word gloomy used before, like it was a dark and dreary and gloomy day. That doesn't sound like a happy day, does it? But I've heard this word used before. We'll look and see how it's used in the story. And then I also saw this word in the book, cheery. I look at this word, if I cover up the Y, the first part says cheer. And with the Y on the end, it is cheery. So we're going to look at our book. I want you to listen for the words pout, gloomy, and cheery. And afterwards, we're going to see if we can figure out what these words mean by how the author used them in the book. We're also going to look at the main character in this book and how they change. They start off being one way with a certain set of character traits, and then as we read the story, our character changes. There's something that happens, the character changes, and then we've got new character traits that we're going to talk about that would go with our character. So here is our book today, and it's called The Pout Fish. I love this book. As I'm reading this, I want you to listen for the repeated pattern and read along with me if you want to. The Pout Fish by Deborah Dyson, and the pictures are by Dan Hanna. Deep in the water where the fish hang out lives a gloomy swimmer with an ever-present pout. I can see his face. His mouth is turned down. I wonder if pout has something to do with the way his face looks. I'm a pout fish with a pout face, so I'll spread my weary drearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes a clam with a wide winning grin, with a pearl of advice for her pal to take in. Hey, Mr. Fish with your crosstown frown, don't you think it's time to turn that frown upside down? Says the fish to his friend. Nice thought, Miss Clam. I hear what you're saying, but it's just the way I am. I'm a pout fish with the pout face, so I'll spread my weary drearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes a jellyfish. He floats through the ocean. His tentacles are trailing in a gentle locomotion. Hey, Mr. Fish, with your daily scaly scowl, I wish you would greet us with a grimace and a growl. Says the fish to his friend, Mr. Jelly, I agree. I'd like to be more friendly, but it isn't up to me. Oh, here's that same part again. Do you remember it? I'm a pout fish with the pout face, so I spread my weary drearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes a squid, quite a slender squiggly sight. She is squirmy, she is squelchy, she is slightly impolite. Hey, Mr. Fish, with your kaleidoscope of mope, how about a smile, a little joy, a little hope? Says the fish to his friend, Mrs. Squid, I would try, but I haven't any choice. Take a look and you'll see why. Oh, here it is. Do you remember this part? Say it with me. I'm a pout fish with the pout face, so I spread my dreary wearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Along comes an octopus with 8 great arms, covered on the underside with tiny sucker charms. Hey, Mr. Fish, let me tell it to you straight. Your hulky bulky sulking is an unattractive trait. Says the fish to his friend, Mr. 8, my chum, with a mouth like mine, I am destined to be glum. Oh, here it is again. Say it with me. I'm a pout fish with the pout face, so I spread my weary drearies all over the place. Blub, blub, blub. Now along comes a fish in a silent silver shimmer. The gang has never seen before this bright and brilliant swimmer. She approaches Mr. Fish, but instead of saying, hey, she plants a kiss upon his pout, and then she swims away. I hope you were listening. That was an important part of the story. Mr. Fish was most astounded. Mr. Fish was just aghast. He is stone-faced like a statue. Then he blinks and speaks at last. My friend, says Mr. Fish, I should have known it all along. I thought that I was pouty, but it turns out I was wrong. I'm a kiss fish with the kiss face for spreading cherry cherries all over the place. Oh dear, oh dear. So I'll smooch, 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 smooch. He just went back and gave all his friends a smooch. Smooch. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm looking at this pout fish, and the words I saw, like pout and gloomy, were used at the beginning of the story. At the beginning of the story, was he a happy fish? No, he was right grumpy. Everyone was trying to cheer him up, but he was a pout fish. Think about it. If you pout, you're like kind of not happy. And gloomy. Gloomy means you're sad. So when I looked at this story, and I looked at the beginning, he was pouting and he was gloomy. And then I noticed this word cheery was used at the end. Now let's think, if he was sad and gloomy and pouty at the beginning, and he changed and became the opposite, what is the opposite of pout, gloomy, sad? He was cheery and happy. So this is the word I would use at the end. Now, nice, I noticed that there was a character change in the middle. What caused that character change? Are you ready? I'm just going to spell the word. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to say K-I-S-S. this was the event that changed our Pout fish. He went from being gloomy at the beginning to being cheery at the end, so that we saw our character changed. Sometimes people do that too. Have you ever been in a bad mood? Have you ever had a day when maybe things just weren't going real great, and then something happened and you were in a better mood? Yeah, it happens with us too. It happens with our book characters. It happens with second graders. It happens with adults as well, even your teachers. So what I would like you to do today is I would like you to do a written response about a time a character changed. I want you, from your reading, to think of a book that you've read and how a character has changed and what caused the change. Lollipop, come on, come on, come on. Here she is. This is Lollipop, in case I didn't introduce her. I want you to do a writing activity, and I want you to write about a time that you changed. Maybe you started off being grumpy, but then something happened and you were happy. It happens with our book characters. It happens with us. So for today, in your writing, that's what I would like you to respond to. So you're going to do your independent reading for 10 minutes, and then you are going to write about a character change. Second graders, it's so good to see you again. I'm glad you tuned into this, and I look forward to seeing you more this week, and I can't wait to read about how you've seen characters that have changed from being one way to maybe acting and behaving and feeling in another. Have a great day, friends. Enjoy your reading. Bye.